Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. My name is Cristin, and today I'm doing a collaboration with 5 other ladies, and we're going to be showing you our garbage, our trash, our empties. So I hope you guys do enjoy. Remember, this is a collaboration between 5 of us, so all of their channels and videos will be linked down below. Make sure you go and check them out. We've got the lovely Melissa Caitlin, Blondie Brand, Terra Ann. I feel so bad I forgot to mention Bailey Marie, but she is joining in on this collab as well. And Hayley. Hayley is getting ready to start her YouTube channel, and I'm not exactly sure what she's going to be calling it. She's switched names on it a couple of times, but she will be linked down below. So let's go ahead and pop on into my empties, because as you can see, we've got a lot to go through today. So first thing on top here is some Micellar water from Granire. This is my preferred Micellar water. I've got like one other in here to show you, I do believe, unless it was in my last empties, which I can leave that link below if you just want to go on an empties binge. Ignore my dog and her jingly collar. But yeah, this is from Granire. This is the blue one. I want to say I bought this one because it came with a free mini mascara. I've repurchased this several times. I love it. However, I think I normally get the pink one. I'm pretty sure that's the one that I have in my bathroom right now. Or maybe it's green. I don't think I wanted the green one. I think I had to buy the green one because that's all I had available. Yeah, I don't know. But I love the Micellar water. I had the pink, had the blue, using the green. They all work really well. They don't dry out my skin. A little bit goes a long way. So like these giant tubs right here last me like 3+ months. Granted, I don't wear my makeup every day, and I definitely don't do like a super thick full face. So a little bit doesn't take much to take my makeup off. But this is by far my favorite. Granted, like I said, I've only tried like 2 micellar waters. This one and one from, I think it's called number 7, which we'll get to when we find it. But I love this. I keep repurchasing. I think it's worth the money. It's not much. It's like $6, so it's a good one. And we've got some Bath & Body Works stuff here. This is Frosted Coconut Snowball. It smells so good. I know it's supposed to be like a winter scent, but I get that sniff of like coconut in there. That sniff of coconut. And it just makes me think of summer. I love it. I think it's really great. I believe I already used up, or maybe it's right here. Yeah, here's the perfume for it. I thought I already used it up. But yeah, had these together. They're great. I love their shower gels. They're my preferred, my favorite. I know they have like the creamy shower washes. They're okay, but I feel like they don't last as long. So the shower gels are definitely my favorite. And this is a great scent. So if you guys are looking for something good, I would check this out next Christmas, because I'm sure they'll bring it back. And if you like coconut smells, I think you'll like that one. And then here is the Pear Berry. This is one of my favorite smells from Bath & Body Works. It just makes me think of summer. It is such a nice smell. It's sweet, it's fruity, it's Pear Berry. I love it. Finally used it all up. Really tempted to buy another one. I need to use what I have on hand, but I really want to replace this guy because I love Pear Berry. It's one of my absolute favorite scents. Here we have just like a random facial wash. This guy came from the Dollar Tree. When I purchased this, I thought I was buying the one that had the little scrubbers in it. Like they've got one that's in the same packaging, but it is for exfoliation, and that's my preferred method for a facial wash. I want to exfoliate my face, and this one is like the exact same cleaner, except for it is not an exfoliating. It's just like a smooth cleaner. I don't know how else to describe it. It does a good job. Personally, wouldn't repurchase this one in particular because I like something a little more abrasive to get in there and, you know, get the dead skin cells off and all that good stuff. But, you know, for a cheap facial wash, I think it does a pretty good job. Okay, this guy I used up recently and I really, really liked it. It is MintPear. It is a RoseHip night serum. And it smelled really nice, and I feel like it did a really good job just like moisturizing my face. It was a little sample I got from Ipsy a while back. And it lasted me a surprisingly long time. A little bit of this went a long way. I think I was able to use it for like 2 or 3 months. And I just think it did a good job. So if you guys like night serums or oils, I think you might want to check this out. So while we're talking about oils, I have a jojoba oil that my friend Bettina sent me last year when her and I did like a food swap, because she lives in Australia. I live here in the US. So if you guys want to check out that food swap, I'll leave a link to it down below. But in that, she sent me a few little beauty products, and this one is a jojoba oil. And I love this stuff. It's got like, I think vitamin C in it. and it just does really good things to just like brighten the skin. A little bit goes a long way. Same with this night serum here. A little bit goes a long way. And so I had this guy. I was using him faithfully for maybe 6 months or more, like the better part of last year. I think I used him up finally in like January or February, and I used him a long time. But it did a great job. It really did a good job. A little bit goes a long way. Really brightened my skin. Downside is that it is expensive, but I think it might be worth the price tag. It really did a good job. This guy I used up recently. It was another little sample from Ipsy. This is the Fully Charged Pure Mascara. It was okay. It was mediocre at best. Like, I'm not going to go out on my way to repurchase it. I felt like the wand itself was a little more chunky than I like to mess with, because I feel like I'm more prone to having mistakes and like hitting my actual eyelid with it. But other than that complaint, I mean, it did okay. I don't know how much it would cost regular, but I'm pretty sure it's, unless it's under $5, I don't think it'd be worth it. Okay, this guy here was just like an all-natural lip balm that I picked up from a local Soporium. If you guys have been watching me for a while, then you know that I love this little place that's local. It's called Mama Pearson Soporium. They make bath bombs. They have chapsticks. Personally, probably wouldn't buy the chapstick again. It just, I don't know. I mean, there wasn't anything necessarily wrong with it, but I for the price, I just don't feel like it did the best job. It was relatively waxy, which I'm pretty sure it is made out of beeswax. So, you know, take that for what you will. If you like an all-natural product, you might want to check them out. So I'll definitely leave a link downline to this little store. But I probably wouldn't repurchase their chapsticks. However, I did use up one of their bath bombs. And this is one of their bubbling bath bombs. This one was in strawberry shortcake. It came in like a little cake tin, and it smelled really good, and it had like the top of it looked like frosting, but you'd put that under the running water and it would make bubbles, and then the other side was like a bath bomb. The other nice thing about their bath bombs is that they're so finely milled that you can use it as like an exfoliator on your body, and it won't like scratch the heck out of your skin. I've tried that with some other bath bombs and they were way too abrasive. But the Mama Pearson ones are great. So I like soak in the tub, take my bath bomb, like exfoliate myself with it, and then plunk it on into the water, just enjoy the smells and soak in it. And they just have great bath bombs at great prices. I think their bath bombs are normally about $3. This one was $6, but it was a little more fancy. So a little more pricey, but I definitely recommend their bath bombs. So check them out at the very least for a good bath bomb. Okay, here's an oldie but a goodie. I've been using Batiste for a long time for my hair. This one is still pretty full, but like something's going on with like my sprayer where it don't want to come out anymore. So I don't know what's up with that. But it smells good. This is the Coconut and Exotic Tropical. I love how it makes my hair smell. It does a beautiful job. I'm currently using one from Dove and it's not doing great things. I don't like it. So I'll definitely be going back to Batiste as soon as I use up the one I have from Dove. But I personally think this is the best dry shampoo on the market. And if you have any questions on how to use dry shampoo, I will leave a tutorial linked down below, because I've met several people in my life who like don't know how to use dry shampoo. So go check that out if you have any questions. Hopefully I can answer them in my other video. But I love Batiste. Get you some if you're looking for some dry shampoo. If you're using Dove and you're like the Stucks, like I don't get it, like get Batiste, because Batiste works. Okay, here's that number 7 micellar water. It was a flop for me. I felt like it dried my skin out for one. It was very drying. And then for two, it took quite a bit to take my makeup off. Can you guys hear my cat? He's in there on the scratching post. Yeah, so I'm not a fan. It says it's for normal to dry skin. I'd say I have fairly normal skin. Too dry, especially in the wintertime, which is when I used this. I get kind of oilier in the summer. But I didn't like it. I did not like this at all. Definitely would not repurchase. Okay, here I've got a really big tub of the Curel Itch Defense moisturizer. I think it did a pretty good job. It was fairly thick and creamy. It's one of those that kind of like sticks to your skin for a little bit before it absorbs. I don't know that I'd necessarily buy it again. Curel is not like my favorite lotion brand, but you know, I used it because I have it. It's kind of how I felt about it. It's for instantly relieves dry, itchy skin. That's not really an issue that I have. Honestly, I'm not even sure how I came about this bottle of lotion. It's one of those things that just, you know, sometimes random things show up at your house. You ever have that happen where you're like, I don't know where I got this or why, but I've got it. So that was kind of the deal with this. So I can't really give you an accurate review and tell you whether or not it worked for itch defense, but I mean, it was, you know, it was a lotion. It worked. It moisturized. I had to not get dressed immediately after putting it on because it just kind of like stuck to the top of my skin instead of like soaking in. But, you know, other than that, I guess it did okay. This one here I really enjoyed. This is the Moisture Therapy Intensive Healing and Repair Lotion from Avon. If I can link it, it will be linked below along with everything else. I'll link everything below that I'm able to link. But this did such a good job on my dry feet. I definitely need to get another bottle of this because it just worked wonders. Because with the heels of my feet, I live in flip-flops. I don't know about you guys, but like I hate having shoes on. I live in flip-flops. As long as the weather permits, I got on flip-flops. And this stuff just did a great job on my dry, crusty feet. It did really good. I need to buy more. Okay, look at this nasty Puma Stone. This thing is grody. Had this thing for a hot minute. I was using it in the shower, not for my feet. Oddly, for one, I got it at the Dollar Tree. In case you guys are curious, they sell them at the Dollar Tree. This one works fairly well for what I used it for. It wasn't like an overly abrasive Puma Stone, but as you can tell, after a few months in the shower, it did tend to get kind of moldy, so that's why it's in here. But I used it to exfoliate my armpits, and I know that probably sounds super weird to some of you, but like my armpits tend to get like darker. So I used it to exfoliate them and it helped like lighten them up a little bit. So if you guys have like darker colored armpits, you might try getting you like a Puma Stone and seeing how that works. Again, you don't want anything overly abrasive because it's very sensitive skin. And I found this to be, it wasn't rough enough for my feet, but it was gentle enough that it helped exfoliate my armpits. So, you know, there's that. Here's another one of the Mama Pearson's bath bombs. This one is in pink sugar. Again, I just love their bath bombs. They're all good. I have hardly to know, I don't think I've ever had a complaint on a Mama Pearson's bath bomb. They're just always great. Then here we have the Pure Lisse Blue Lotus and White Tea Treatment Sheet Mask. I think it did a pretty good job. I enjoyed it. I normally like everything from Pure Lisse that I've tried. Personally, sheet masks are not really my thing. So, I mean, I didn't really enjoy that. I just feel like it's so hot on my face. I don't know. I don't like the way they feel on my face. I use them because I have them, but like I got this guy in Ipsy. Would I personally repurchase this one? Probably not, just because I'm not a fan of the sheet mask. I think the formula was good. I think it was moisturizing, which is what it's supposed to be, is intensely moisturizing, nourishing, and renewing. I think it did a good job like kind of brightening my skin up. So as far as the serum goes, I think it did a great job. But like I said, sheet masks aren't really my thing. I think they feel weird and kind of uncomfortable on the face. I'd rather have like a mask that like dries and then you wash off later. That's my preferred masking method. But if you like sheet masks, I think you might want to give that one a go. Here's a guy I keep repurchasing. It is a detangling spray from Suave Kids. This one is in Swirl Berry. It smells okay. I switch up the scents, I kind of grab whatever. They're pretty cheap. I think they're like under $1 or whatever. My husband also uses them because he likes to like wet his hair before he styles it for work, and so he'll use my detangler spray on that. I also used it to wet my child's hair when I was brushing his hair. He's got a buzz cut right now, so it doesn't really need that to happen. But as far as a detangling spray, which is what it's meant for, it does a good job. Okay, so here we have a couple of all-natural deodorants to talk about. The Toms I did a complete review on, so I can leave a link to it down below if you guys want to check that out. Otherwise, you're going to get like a little mini review right here. The Toms I did not care for. It did not work well on my right armpit. It was weird. Like, it would work for a couple of days, and then my armpit would like, I don't know, like the deodorant would fail. It wouldn't work. So I would personally not repurchase the Toms. This one is the 24-hour odor protection, long-lasting, and natural powder. I did not find that to be true for my right armpit. Then this one here is from Equate Beauty. It is an apricot, and I think it's supposed to be like Toms. Yeah, compared to Toms of Maine. But I thought this one worked better. Like, I didn't really have any issues with it up until I got pregnant, and then my right armpit just went crazy. I had to go back to like my secret clinical deodorant. This guy stopped working when I was pregnant, but I think after I have the baby, I'll go back to this because I had no issues with it prior to pregnancy. It actually worked pretty well. I did still like sweat, but I wasn't like having any body odor, so You know, if you're looking for a good natural deodorant, this one's from Equate, which is the Walmart brand, and you can find it in Walmart. Okay, so while I'm talking about pregnancy, I've got a handful of the Palmer's Cocoa Butter Formula Massage Lotion. This stuff's okay. I'm more used to it because I have it than anything. Granted, as far as I can tell, and I'm near the end of my 3rd trimester, I haven't developed any new stretch marks. In fact, I've got a whole bottle of this I've been using pretty much my whole pregnancy, so I guess maybe it works. Granted, I also used it during my 1st pregnancy, and I still got stretch marks, and something I noticed from my 1st pregnancy was that I didn't think I really had any stretch marks until after I had the baby, and then I had some that became noticeable. So we'll see what happens after I have the baby here next month. But as I can tell right now, I haven't developed any new stretch marks. And I mean, I don't know. Does this stuff work? Is it a gimmick? I mean, I don't know. I used it on just my boobs and just my belly. So far, nothing noticeable as far as stretch marks go. I haven't developed any, but like, again, I didn't think I developed any in my last pregnancy. And then after I had my son, they popped up. So well, I don't know. I don't know what that says about that. And I had 2 samples here of the Belli Beauty Elasticity Belli Oil. It's also a stretch mark protection oil. I don't feel like 2 samples of this is enough to really say much. I mean, with the Palmer's, again, like I've had like the bottles of it before with my last pregnancy. I've got one I've used with this pregnancy, so just having the samples of it, I mean, I've used it enough to have some experience. With this, I just had 2 sample packets. It reminded me a lot of the jojoba oil. It was definitely an oil, whereas the Palmer's Cocoa Butter is more of a lotion. This one is definitely an oil. It's got a bit of an odor to it. It's nothing like strong or overpowering or lasting, but it has like a medicinal smell. It went on really nicely. It soaked into the skin well. Again, it was 2 sample packets, so like I don't know how much there is to be said about it, but I'll link it below if you want to try it out. So here we have the Pond's Dry Skin Cream. It's a facial cream. I used this at night. I think it did a great job. Very moisturizing. This jar was like everlasting. It lasted forever. I thought I'd never hit the end of it. So I guess on that side is a good thing because I think this is probably like $6, definitely under 10, I would assume. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but it lasted forever. It did a great job. I normally in the winter will get like dry patches right through here, and I use this all winter long. No dry patches, no issues. So I definitely recommend it if you tend to get like dry flaky skin, especially in the wintertime. Pick some of this up for next year. And then we have an Ultra Shea Body Cream and Sweet Pea from Bath & Body Works. It's supposed to be like 24 hours of moisture. I feel like this body lotion versus like their regular body lotion, I don't really know the difference. It smells good, does a good job, it's moisturizing. I do prefer the Bath & Body Works body lotions over pretty much any other kind of body lotion. It's what I primarily use. But I don't really have a preference or a favorite between this and their like normal, other than I think these tend to be a little more expensive. This is $13, and I'm not sure how much their regular lotions are. Probably not much of a difference, but I don't know. I mean, I liked it, it worked, it did a good job. I don't know, what more is there to say? You guys, I promise you we are getting towards the end. Just a few more items here to talk about. So I have another Pink Sugar Bath Bomb from Mama Pearsons. I don't need to go in depth with that again, other than I like their bath bombs and I think you should check them out. Then here I had a little sample pack of the facial radiance pads from First Aid Beauty. My goodness, I loved these. They did a fantastic job. I hadn't used a toner in forever, and it's supposed to help exfoliate, which I found like it did. I tend to get like buildup right around the creases of my nose. I have to like get in there and scrub that. So it did a really good job for quick, easy exfoliation. It is a toner and a brightener, and it definitely helped like with brightening my skin. And here it says it's alcohol-free, safe for sensitive skin. I'll agree with that because alcohol-based products tend to like dry my face out, and I didn't have that issue with these at all. Like, I have not used toner pads probably since high school. That's almost 10 years ago, and I found that they were drying my skin out so bad that like I was breaking out a lot. When I quit using them, I quit breaking out so much. But I had such a good experience with these, like I would not be opposed to actually buying a packet of them. They do a really good job. They really, really do. Then here I have the Pro X by Olay. It is the anti-aging exfoliating renewal cleanser. It is, as mentioned, exfoliating, so that was right up my alley. I think it did a great job. I would definitely recommend it if you're in the market for a good exfoliating cleanser. I enjoyed that one. Okay, here we've got just like a couple random chapsticks. This one is a Nerds chapstick I picked up at the Dollar Tree. It tasted so good. Like, get you one of these. The lid pops off. It screws up from the bottom. I mean, it's completely empty, so it's not going to do that now. But I wasn't sure if it was going to be like a pot or if it was going to, like, what it was going to do when I bought it. But it screws up, so that's nice. It's a nice big fat chapstick, so it covers all your lips. It's very moisturizing. I enjoyed it. I would definitely pick up another one. And then this guy here was a gift from my boss for Christmas. She got everybody chicken poop chapstick. It doesn't actually have chicken poop in it. It's just supposed to be for funsies. It was actually like a, I want to say like a lilac. Let me see what it says. Okay, it just has a list of the ingredients, and it says it's avocado oil, beeswax, jojoba oil, lavender, essential oil, sweet orange, essential oil, and vitamin E. You could definitely pick up on the lavender. Lavender's not like my favorite thing. Like, see, as far as the chapstick itself went, it did a fantastic job. It was a very moisturizing chapstick. However, I had to get past that lilac smell. Lilac is not a smell, or I'm not much for florals to begin with. But lilac is a floral smell that I don't really care for personally. I think it's very pungent. So it's definitely not something I like to like wear on my body. And having it on my lips it took a little bit of getting used to. However, the smell was not like long lingering. There was no flavor to it. Like, there's no flavor to the chapstick at all. And it really did a good job. So I went ahead and used it up. I used the entire thing. Would I repurchase? Probably not. However, it was a very good chapstick. Okay, then I've got the Professional Primer. It's a little sample I got from Ipsy. This is from Benefit Cosmetics. I think it did a good job. I mean, I have no real complaints with it. Definitely helps smooth my face over. Would I repurchase? Probably not. I feel like you can get really good primers from the drugstore. Personally, I love the little green primer from e.l.f. I haven't had him in years because I've got so many like primer samples that I'm trying to use. But I mean, I don't have any complaints with it. I don't know. Again, like, I think you can get a good primer for cheaper, but I don't have any complaints with that one. And here we have a little sample of Tarte eye cream. It is the Maracujá Sea Brightener eye treatment. The writing is very tiny. My biggest complaint with this whole thing is that the pot itself looks fairly decent size until you look inside of it. Like, I don't know if you guys can even see the bottom of the pot from, if I hold it up, you might be able to see, like, right inside there. The product does not fill the entire jar, like, not all the way around and not all the way to the bottom. The bottom of the pot is probably about right where my fingernail is, and you're not even quite there. I mean, there's not a lot of product in here. Granted, I think this might be a sample size. That's what the pot looks like on the inside. So I feel like the packaging is a little bit misleading. It's pretty packaging. It definitely looked good on like a vanity or something. However, I feel like that's a little annoying that it looks like you're getting more than you're actually getting. But it was a good serum. It did a good job. It was moisturizing around my eyes. No real complaints there. I've yet to find like a facial cream or eye cream that I'm like, I need to repurchase that over and over and over again. I'm still like trying other things and playing around. But I mean, I liked it. My only grievance with it is that it looks like you're going to get more in here than you actually do. And then my last beauty product is the Dove Men Care Deodorant Stick. I just need to like complain about this, and I want to see if anybody else's husbands, boyfriends, brothers, fathers, grandfathers, or themselves had this issue with a blue gel deodorant stick. It doesn't have to be Dove. The issue that we ran into with this with my husband was that it was causing chemical burns on his skin. He had the issue with the Dove. He had the issue with the Axe. He had the issue with the Irish Springs, which is a green deodorant stick. He had the issue with, there's a couple others, and I'm drawing a blank on what they're called. Pretty much if it was a green or a blue deodorant stick, it was causing a chemical burn, and we've been like switching him through deodorants trying to find something. Finally, he got one from Arm & Hammer that's like a white powder deodorant, and it's working for him. But I thought, oh, it's just you. You know, I thought you're just having problems. You know, it's just you. And when I was having issues during the first part of my pregnancy, as I mentioned, I was having issues with body odor. Like, I just couldn't control it. My Equate brand was not working for me anymore. And so I thought, well, I'll just try his deodorant. It did the exact same thing to me. I had chemical burns, and now I have scarring on my armpit. I'm not sure how well that shows. I don't have pretty pits to begin with, okay? But a lot of this darker stuff like right through this V area, is scarring from that chemical burn. Like, I don't know how well you can see, like this part right here, that's all scarring from that chemical burn from this deodorant. I used it 3 times and it was all just bright red and painful and sore, and then now I have a chemical burn. Now I have a scar from the chemical burn. My husband, his didn't scar like mine, but he had the same kind of chemical burn. And then I was talking to one of my friends, and she said that her husband had the same issue with any kind of gel stick deodorant that was blue or green, was causing chemical burns. And this is something that my husband had used personally for years. Like, he'd be able to switch around and bounce around on his deodorants and never had an issue. But this past year of 2018, he just had chemical burn after chemical burn. And I just can't help but wonder, like, are all of these gel stick deodorants being made in like the same factory? Are other people having this issue? I know men tend to be more quiet about things like that because, you know, they're raised to be tough and strong and don't complain and don't have an issue and, you know, all that stuff. So I can almost see guys having problems with this and keeping quiet. And I'm wondering, is anybody else out there having issues with these? Like, it's not fun. It's not something people should have to be suffering or enduring. So that's why this is in here. I personally wouldn't recommend it. I've had these chemical burns for, geez, I don't know, over 6 months now. 5 months maybe, a while, and they're not fun. I mean, they don't hurt anymore. I shouldn't say I have the chemical burns. I should say I have the scars. I've had the scar for about 5 months now. But not a fun time, guys. Not a fun time. So that is everything for my beauty products. If you guys want to hear about the wax melts I've used, then feel free to stay tuned. Some of you guys like hearing about wax melts. Some of you don't. So if you were just here for the beauty products, then I will see you later. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you subscribe. And if you want to check out the wax melts, then I've got a handful. Here to show you. Okay, so this first one is from Grandma's Kitchen. It's supposed to be a 24-hour fragrance. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe that's true. It was a fairly strong scent. If I can link it, I'll have it linked down below. I did enjoy it. They're called Meltums. It smells like, this one almost smells like a baked good, like maybe a, I'm looking here to see if it says on here, and it's not saying anything. Oh, I guess the company is called Our Own Candle Company, and then the scent here is Grandma's Kitchen, so that's why it smells like baked goods. It makes me think of oatmeal cookies. I like it though. It's just like that warm, inviting, cozy scent. I used it this winter. Really enjoyed it. And if I can link it below, I will. Next here are from Mainstay. You guys know that I go through Mainstay wax melts like crazy. I have the apple pumpkin wax cubes and the cherry pie wax cubes. Cherry pie is a repeat buy for me. So is this one. Better buy this one more. The cherry pie is just, again, a nice, sweet, baked good smell. Makes your whole house smell lovely, cozy, and inviting. This one has more of an apple scent. I do enjoy the smell of apples. This one's definitely more fall-based. Again, cozy, warm scent, and something I will definitely repurchase come this fall. And the great thing about the Mainstay wax melts is that you can get them for like under $1. So, you know, there's that. These next two here are from Sensei. I don't think I'll really be buying Sensei anymore after these. These are my last two I have, just because my cousin's no longer selling it and I was just buying it to support her. But honestly, if I can get my wax melts cheaper, why wouldn't I, you know? That's just my personal opinion. So this one is apple and cinnamon sticks. It was okay. That's the thing with the Sensei products. It's like you can't smell them until after you've already bought them, unless you live near your consultant and can, like, you know, smell a sample pack or something. And my cousin lives in Texas, so like that wasn't happening. I just had to order it blindly and be like, I like apples, so we'll go with this one. I don't, it's okay, but it's just not. See, this actually smells like apples. This one just smells kind of soapy. So I didn't love it, wouldn't repurchase it. This one is in French Toast. And that one is a much better scent. I still don't think it's like amazingly great. Like their prices are so salty. It's like $5+, maybe $6 for a pack of their wax melts. And you're buying your wax melts based on what they're labeled, like not based on what they're smelling like. So you don't exactly know what you're getting. Like it says French Toast. I can imagine what that smells like. I can read the undernotes that are listed, but like until you get it and you can smell it, like you don't really know what you're buying. And like again, it's an okay smell. Wouldn't personally repurchase it. I'm not. Since it's fun to get, but it's not, I think, a practical purchase. So these next two are Dollar Tree based. Oh no, Dollar General based. They come with like 2 different packs of scents in each. So this one is Spice Market Vanilla Sugar. So it looks like you have like a cinnamon on one side and brown sugar on the other. And then you're supposed to like mix them up in your wax melt. I don't know how well you guys can tell there. So have like the cinnamon here and like the brown sugar over here. They smell good, but they weren't a very strong scent. So I think that these would be best suited for like a smaller room. This one is Candied Apple and Salted Caramel. So you would have the candy apple on one side and the caramel on the other. I really liked the caramel smell, but again, it wasn't like a super pungent or super strong scent, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, I only have one wax warmer and I have a fairly small house, and so I like my scents to be strong enough to smell up my entire house. But if you have a larger house, or maybe you have different wax warmers in different rooms, like I think this would be something good for just like a local, like 1-bedroom or bathroom kind of a deal. So that is officially everything for my Empties video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Remember, this is a collaboration, so there's more empty videos down below to go check out, along with all the products I've mentioned. They will all be linked down below if you're interested in anything I've shown you guys here today, as long as I'm able to link them. Some things I might not be able to find links for, but if I can, I will. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you've not already, and I hope to catch you in my next one. Bye.